1 2 1 2 1 2. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. We're back. Let me know you're in the building. Okay, guys. We had some technical issues, but we're back as promised. I'm gonna wait for you to get in here. I do hate when my streams get interrupted. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. No, I'm not in Chicago. I apologize for the technical issue. I have two different streaming devices, AT&T and Xfinity, and I have one proprietary to my show, proprietary, so no one else is on this in this line. I want to wait. I'm gonna give people a few more minutes to get in here because they came in. I kind of whet their appetite, and then we had the struggle stream. And I typically don't have struggle streaming, but yeah, something I had to. I wanted to share something with you guys, and we got cut off. But if you're joining me for the first time, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. Let me know that you're in there. Let me know that you're in there. Let me know that you're in there. Let's see. We'll upload a file here. Upload file. Let's see what we want to do here. We want to upload a file here. What I would say is, let's see here. We don't put that file there. Oops, I was about to upload a customer's contract. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Oh, wait a minute. Fee, I see you back. That's what's up. So I was talking about the content thievery. I was also talking about Tyrese and his case, his divorce case, and we're going to get into the breaking news. I got the breaking news on that, but we're not going to go into that just yet. So I want you to put your seatbelts on because we're about to go on this ride. Put your seatbelts on because we're about to go into this ride. So I was going in and talking about the woman who was ejected from the court, not just the courtroom, but from the courthouse because she was doing something she wasn't supposed to do. She got caught literally recording in a superior court courtroom without permission. Now, anyone that knows anything about these courthouses, you just can't put your phone out and start recording. Who knows about this? You just can't go in the courtroom and start recording. They have a court reporter, and her job is to report what's going on in the court by way of typing and by way of put into paper. And the other only instance when that happens is when you have a reporter like myself who has my ear to the wall and my eyes on the prize. And I'm known to be able to scoop my colleagues. Major media. I scoop major media. I've been scooping major media for years. Don't let nobody fool you and say, well, you did that on. No. In my business, you eat what you can kill. That's the name of the game. This is the bigger picture that they won't tell you. You eat what you kill. And people know I've been killing it for a long time. So when I say support the black media, I say that with so much passion because I know how hard it is to work in this space when your competitors have millions and millions of dollars to fund their brand. And this is important. They have millions and millions of dollars to fund their brand and to pay their employees and to hire other employees and to get the proper advertising. So when I say this, I say it with sincerity. I want to promote black media, but I don't want black media to steal from me. We can work it together as a working relationship, or we are fighting against each other. And I don't like that. I don't like that. And I hold people that should have the knowledge and the know-how to do it. There are a lot of people that don't have resources, but if you out there and you got resources, and I know you get in the bag and you creating content, and some of the content you creating is obviously taken from other content. I get that. It's not like you actually create the recipe. It's like you added to the recipe. And I have to again shout out to those who have. I'm not going to go through my whole client list and all my relations with different people. I'm not going to do that. I would just say that reason why I'm shouting out these people is because at first it didn't go down like that, because people think that you don't see these things. I'm busy. I'm working, so I'm not on the internet. So people call me up left and right. I heard you on the radio. I heard your work on the radio. I see you on TV. All this, but I don't, because I'm so busy working. I don't really pay attention to that until I have to. So I have some time today. While I'm giving you breaking news content, and it's coming up because I'm not going to give it to you right away because I want everyone to get in here. So when you hear the content, you'll say, "Oh shoot, he did say that." So when you go into your other favorite blogs and they're talking about it and they're not mentioning me, go on their page, you call them out, and you tag me that you called them out. That's what I want you to do from now on. Because I hired an IP attorney, that's an intellectual property attorney, who will now be going after those, especially the ones that I know got the bag. We're going after them first. We're going after them. We're going to send the noses to the little ones, but the big ones, we're coming after you. I don't care who you are. If you don't reach out to me and follow the copyright disclaimer and the process in which you want to acquire the content, I'm coming after you. You can't walk in the supermarket and grab the food off the shelf and then walk past the cashier without paying for it. So how do you think you can do that to me? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So we're going to be getting into what happened in the courtroom in Atlanta and what's going on with this R. Kelly trial and what's up with his attorney. I don't know if he's his attorney now, but Steve Greenberg. If even if he was his attorney, I don't know if he's still his attorney, but that interview you did on CBS did not do your client any justice. And I don't know if you're part of the problem or part of the solution. And I had to speak on that last night on Twitter because I'm astonished. This attorney did a whole interview where the host was clearly not supporting he had clearly a one-sided agenda, and Steve Greenberg was sitting there essentially agreeing with him, but added some very interesting commentary. The commentary that a lawyer who's allegedly representing Robert Sylvester Kelly might have did more damage than good to his case. And it might be a grounds for appeal. Depending, like you go on the national CBS show. Well, this is local CBS, but it's still the affiliate, and you say certain things. And this is not, again, I'm not, this is being right in the middle in the reporting. If you have a fiduciary trust to your client, why are you saying things that would ultimately harm your client? I mean, lawyers, come on now. Lawyers out there are watching this video. I'm not going to post this interview because I'm not going to break someone else's copyright. I'm just going to point you in the right direction. But looking at that interview done by Steve Greenberg, it gave me, I'm rocking with the prosecutors while not rocking with the prosecutors. That's your prerogative, whoever you feel you want to rock with, but you have an ethical code to follow as well as an attorney. I don't care what case it is. If I have an attorney that I hired to work for me, are you there just for the publicity? Because that right there speaks clout chasing to the highest level. The clout chasing, you're doing damage control while you're damaging the story. You're trying to make sure, and I'm just guessing. You're trying to make sure that you don't come out muddy in the end. You can't play both sides of the fence. You cannot play both sides of the fence. Either you're part of the defense or you're part of the prosecution. So what the hell are you doing? You're out there doing press runs, and I think you were part of that whole Gayle King interview where you allowed your client to get on national TV with a seasoned journalist, reporter, anchor woman, and allowed him to make a fool of himself, and you were in the room, you were somewhere nearby. And your crisis manager, you would have to green light whatever the crisis manager did. You would have to green light it. Green light, Greenberg, no pun intended. And that was a disaster. You had to know that him doing that television newscast show, that it was detrimental to his defense. It was detrimental. It was one of the foolish things I've seen covered in the story. So yes, today, Steve Greenberg, you got to get the business. You got to get the business. This has nothing to do with his guilt or innocence. This has more to do with how you, as his attorney, took advantage of a situation by doing media coverage that didn't benefit your client. And if you agree, and then you don't have, listen, if I have an attorney, you talk to me before you speak on my case. You don't go do the press without my permission. Because now you've created another situation that he has to fight out of. And I think it's a little bit jealousy. I'm just talking what I see. Jennifer Bonjean is a very good attorney, seasoned, experienced, a winner. And she's attended Illinois law school, college, and she's your competition. You undermining your client by, I don't know, man. It's just incredible. So I saw that, and I know I'm not in Chicago right now. I'm still dealing with this situation in Georgia with Tyrese Gibson and Samantha Lee Gibson. And I dropped a few videos. I not dropped. They're licensed content that you see on some of the biggest sites. And if you see it on sites, don't assume it was a license. They may have ran it. If you don't see my name a part of that, let me know. Send me an email to news@hiphopinquirer.com, and we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. We're also going to deal with the content creators that have decided to run the content knowing that they didn't do the work. Here's the first test for any content creator that is making a video. Here's the first test with anybody's content. What is the origin and the source of the content that you're using? You got to do your work. You got to do your work. Who made the content that you are now putting on your channel? That's another thing. You can't gloss over the fact that someone made the content. You're just going to talk about it. Then ask yourself, are you doing the content creator, the original content creator, a service or disservice by using the content? And you got to think about that. And then when you add all the numbers up and it doesn't fall in favor of the content creator, then likely you have a problem. You have a problem. And if you willfully do something, and willful in that if there's a disclaimer there, and in the case of the court situation where the woman was caught recording Tyrese when he got on the witness stand, I saw her shift her body, because remember, I'm behind everybody, so I can get a a wide angle view of everybody in the courtroom. So anything happening in front of me, I'm getting it. So she was, when Tyrese got on the witness stand, her body shifted. I assumed that she was going to write some notes, but not only did her body shift, her pad came up towards her chest, and I'm like, who writes like that? And then the phone was placed behind the pad, so she was being sneaky. And I'm looking at this, and the deputy is looking at me, look at that, and then she walks over. I didn't say anything. My facial expression says a lot, but then she walks over to her. She says to her, "Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone." So she looks at the phone. Then all of a sudden I'm seeing this. This is what I'm looking at. The phone is here. Grab a phone here. And she's hitting the delete button. Hit this video. Hit the delete button. This video. Hitting the delete button. So she kept on hitting videos. I think it's about 3 videos and some photos and so forth. Then she gives her back the phone. And she doesn't go too far. The woman's still sitting there, looking sheepish at this point. And she walks back to her position where she's at, but she's getting closer to the door. And I wonder why she's standing by the door. Then she has a walkie-talkie on. She's on the walkie-talkie like, I think we got a code 19 over here. Next thing I see her walk back over to the woman, taps on the shoulder. Get up. Get up. And this is all happening in front. The judge is watching this happen as he's talking to the litigants. Or the litigants are talking. And I'm sitting here watching. I said, oh, crap. I got to get this on camera. This is something about to go down. So she gets up, takes it to the hallway. I'm hearing keys or handcuffs. I'm hearing something going on because I'm still in the courtroom. I'm not leaving the courtroom. I don't know what's going on out there, but my mission is in here. So about 20 minutes later, she left her nice designer bag on the seat and her bag and everything. Because the way the sheriff picked her up, like, you got to get a body. You got to get out of here. Yeah, come in the hallway. We need to talk to you. Then the sergeant comes up. Then the lieutenant comes up. Then the chief. Well, it was I don't know what the other. It was a high-ranking official that came up. Then the sheriff, the officer comes back in and snatch all the stuff up. I said, "Wow, they not even let her come get a bag." So she takes everything. The sheriff takes everything and goes out. At this point, I don't know if they're taking it to central booking. They're taking it in the back room and giving that old school beating. But I know when she walked out that courtroom, y'all look at that picture. Just imagine that woman walking out that courtroom. And she was talking to me during the early on and everything. I'm like, what's up? Are you a reporter? Because I want to know who's in the building. Are you a reporter? Whatever. No, I'm just here. Just, just a fan or whatever. So was she a super fan of Tyrese Gibson? What was she? Who sent her? So the judge gets a note from behind the wall. Because this is when, someone will say, I know, something going on in your courtroom. So he reads the note. I have the footage, by the way. I'm going to put the footage up, but I'm just giving you the my interpretation of what happened. So he reads the note, and then he tells the lawyers, "Hold on, we have an issue. We got to put we got another issue here." And I have to let you guys know this. There was moments ago, the deputy caught someone recording that shouldn't have been recording in the courtroom. So the lawyers looking at each other like, well, they know Mr. Byron's supposed to be here. They know that the only recording they were going to see was from Mr. Byron. And so who else is recording it in the courtroom when he's the only one that got the judge's order? These orders had to be sent out to attorneys, and they had to review it, and they had to look at it, give them a heads up as well before they know who's coming in the courtroom. They had to do this. This is a divorce case with a lot of financials being discussed, and it's involving a child under 5. It's involving a child. So now they have to because, the reason why they do that is because there are going to be things that are said, and they have to structure their argument so it won't expose too much of their personal information they're getting to the media. That's why they do it. And that's why you have to file the proper paperwork beforehand in order to come in some of these courtrooms across the country. You just don't walk into any courtroom, federal, state, or city, without consent. In this case, the judge told them that she had got caught, she got thrown out the courtroom, and then the judge asked the sheriff, what did you do to her? Oh, we barred her from the courthouse. She can't come back in. Well, that might be a problem, because I was told that she came to the court because she had a family court issue. So how are you not gonna be able to come back to the court if you got kicked out of the court? They got to figure that out, because they can charge you with trespassing in the courthouse. But she has a case in the courthouse. I don't know how the judge is going to deal with this, but here's the problem, and here's the breaking news. Here is the breaking news. Put a 1 in the chat if you want the breaking news. Put a 1 in the chat if you want the breaking news. No one's reporting this now. No one's reporting this. And no one will report this until I say it from my mouth. No one will report it until I say it from my mouth. You know why? Because they didn't get the scoop. They don't know what I know today. They didn't do the work. They didn't do the work. So you CNNs, you ABCs, and all your other brands, you didn't get the exclusive. I'm giving it to you right now. So this morning, I learned something very big about this case that is not over for Mr. Tyrese Gibson. Ladies and gentlemen, the fight is not over. So, according to my sources, Tyrese is not taking this sitting down. According to my sources, he's coming back to address this issue. And I'm told he wants a new trial. So the video you saw of the judge's ruling has taken a new dimension. God first, then me. Facts. So, when I heard this news, as the reporter that I am, I did my research. I checked the courts. I checked the records. More breaking news. All of a sudden, now you got to listen to what I'm about to tell you, and you put your thinking caps on. Even you attorneys, you following attorneys, and you lead attorneys, pay attention. While you may have been practicing 20 years, I've been covering cases for 30. And I know how this game is played. And I know how family court works. Let me say this. As of today, the judge in this case has sealed the records. The judge in this case has sealed the records, which means you cannot research this case. And I'm going to tell you why, which is not reflected in the videos that were released fully, because I'm staggering the release of the footage. Now, the footage is much more valuable because there is no court documents that you can access to read about the case. So when someone says they know this, how do they know this? Because I have the records, and only one other outlet has the records. And I have them all, and I hadn't released them all. The judge has sealed the case. you won't, I don't care where you calling from. If you go on the internet, you try to access the court record, they have sealed the records. And you wonder, why did the judge seal the records in this case when there was so much that came out of it that can favor Tyrese Gibson? This is unheard of. If you wanted to protect sensitive information, you seal those documents. You don't seal the entire case. And I would say that the fight continues. Tyrese is not taking this sitting down. And Tyrese might be planning a serious attack. He might ask for a new judge. The video of the judge screaming at him was disturbing. You have to remember, only one person, well, how many lawyers were there? The lawyers and the judge knows the protocol of the courtroom. Tyrese Gibson is an actor. He's a singer. I'm not making excuses for him, but the courtroom decorum is not something that everyone gets right away, especially if you're waiting 2 years to tell your story. And then you're told you can't tell your story. This is what happened. Tyrese Gibson waited 2 years to tell his story. This is not just a divorce case. This has to do with child support, alimony, just a whole gamut of things. But he wants to tell his story because, one, he's an A-list celebrity that's always in the media, and you can't take the person's right to speak away to benefit the other. So Tyrese, in his defense, I feel that he has a case that wasn't even presented properly. But you're gonna know. You know why you're gonna know what really happened is because I'm going to be releasing content to show to tell the story, especially now that the transcripts are sealed. You cannot get a copy of the transcripts. And unless both parties agree to the lifting of the sealed order, you won't get any. The information you're going to get, it has to come from me. So that's exclusive. And when you see the content, you'll understand why I go hard for the work that I do. Because it's about being there. I welcome all media to cover these cases, but particularly I welcome Black media to cover these cases because you're the first one to want to talk about it, but you don't want to be a part of it. Where they do that at? So with that said, content creators, just like that woman was booted from the courtroom with a threat of contempt of court, there's a process in place when you obtain content for your channel. And especially if you got, I'm going to tell you now, I don't care who you are. If you got my content on your page, I'm coming for you. I don't care who you are, I don't care. And especially if you don't give the credit. No, you're just going to take it. If you got a bag, I need to get that bag. Hello. You getting super chats, you getting cash apps on content that you didn't, you're getting that work. You know it. You know it. I want to shout out again those who have done it the right way. The obvious is the big platforms, like TMZ. They do it the right way. Hollywood Unlocked, Jason Lee, he did it the right way. There are a few. I'm not going, like I said earlier, I'm not going through the whole client base, but those who've done it the right way, I'm gonna give them the credit. And let me just be very clear for the ones in the back of the room. When it's exclusive content and it's something you didn't work for, you didn't get it on your own, giving credit is minimal to what, like in my case, my license agreements always require credit if you're going to publish. If you look at a TV show and it's my work on it, you'll see me in the credits. You'll see me, like in the case of Wendy Williams, when she had a show Hot Topics, they used to use some of my work, but they gave me the credit. So, but they gave me the check too. I can't tell you what the terms were, but I can just tell you I got the check. I don't make my money on YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber per se. I'm on YouTube, but I'm on other platforms. I make my money differently. I just use the platform to promote my. This is like for me, it's a promotional tool to use. But when I work and I go out and I create these expenses to get the content, what all I ask you guys to do, pay what it is, ask for a license and use it. Because then I'm gonna strike your channel. I'm gonna obviously try to get monies from you using the content. I'm gonna do that as well. Then I'm gonna have a new approach now. We actually going directly to the platform, the YouTube, and we're gonna make sure we can communicate with the owners of YouTube. And then at some point there might be a class action coming about, and YouTube against YouTube. I'm on YouTube, but I'm on Facebook and I'm on the other platforms talking. So if you allow people just to steal content and you're not following the U.S. copyright laws, and the fair use only give you so far. Fair use only gets you so far. Only so far. You're not going to walk in a museum and take a Picasso off the wall, or take a picture of Picasso and then use it in your clothing line. You can try, but they're going to probably come after you. You can try to do it. You can, I know how some of you guys like to get down. You like to, especially on 25th Street, the bootleggers. I know how you get down, but you ain't gonna bootleg mine without me getting some of it. I get it. It's hard out here. I get it. You want to pay your bills, but I have my bills as well. Come on. And I'm going to call you out. And then we're going to write a story and we're going to put your name in it. And you're going to be trending. You're going to be part of the search engine. And we're going to just talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're approaching things differently. If you need a copy of my license, you want to license content, shoot an email to licensing at hiphopinquirer.com. And then my attorney, Ashley Dawkins, she's an IP attorney. She's really great at what she does, and if she has to get involved, it costs me. I tell you what, it'll cost me now, but you got to pay later. It'll cost me now, but you have to pay later. I appreciate that. I appreciate the cash out. Well, I respected what you said, so here's my offering. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But listen, guys, for real, and that's from Caroline Diamond, Dr. Rogers. Carolina Diamond, Dr. Rogers. I appreciate that. Much love. But what I was telling people, I make my money from doing acquiring the content. That's how I make my money. I don't make videos all day. I'm out there making videos all day, if it makes sense. I'm on movie sets. I'm behind the scenes. In a most recent movie, I was actually in the movie, which is cool. Not the first one, but this is cool. So if you guys see, and this is, y'all can send me a message. If you see someone running the content, just send me an email. And if it's proven that they have violated the copyright and they didn't go about the right way, I'm going to take care of you guys. I got you. It makes it easier for my attorney, when we trying to identify who's doing what. It makes it easy for them to do what they have to do. There's a process there. But if you see it, send me an email. Get into my DM. And I got some great DMs, and we actually struck some pages already. So it takes, a couple of hours, maybe a couple of days, but they'll get the notice, and they'll come back later on and say, please, can you take your strike back? Not doing it. Because when you see the notice there, it's willful on your part. So I'm not doing it. So if you got it on there, and I'm going to also look at the people that have their channels monetized and they're actually making money with it, because my work is registered with the Library of Congress. I don't know if you know that, but if you're a lawyer, you should know that. But it's copywritten. That's what you do. You register with the Library of Congress because it's $150,000 per damage. Assuming I sue and assuming I prevail. That's what it is. Don't let people tell you. No one can tell you your business better than you. Listen. We're going to be back out in Chicago. We're going to be back in Chicago. I heard there was drama in the courtroom, and I heard there was drama outside the courtroom. I would just say that if you start drama outside the courtroom, why are you even there? If you're threatening people, that has repercussions. If you're not there for, if you're there just as an observer and you're threatening people and they make a claim against you and you're in a federal court building, that's not going to bode well for you. So just don't threaten. Don't come there with the bad energy. Come there if you want to be an observer. Stay focused. Some of you people just do too much. You're out there just being reckless, just doing too much. I was in the court. I was in the court covering Tyrese. And I know I spoke about, I went live that morning. I think I talked about it on my live. Then a YouTuber came to court. He came to court. What's his name? Dana. Dana came to court. Like, first you hit me up, and then you asked me about what the case. You cannot ask me about cases I'm covering. You just gotta come do your work. You can't ask the reporter. So what? No. You gotta do your work. So he showed up. He came and showed up. So he was the only YouTuber in the courtroom. He couldn't have a camera. He knows. He'll tell you this. The sheriff came to him as well, checking his phone, making sure he wasn't sneak recording. I was watching you too, Dana, because I saw you. If I saw you put your camera on, I'm like, okay, I'm telling on you. Yeah, so Dana showed up. He he came in there. I'm like, okay. Next time you come to court, Dana, bring a goddamn notepad. Bring a notepad. I know you wasn't writing no notes. If I hear any audio out there, I'm telling. That was so. I'm like, come on, man. What are you doing here? Like, are you working or are you just here trying to get an autograph? What are we doing here? Man, I can't help you, man, being at least taking the notes, man. Come on. Take the notes at least. So Tyrese and I had a funny exchange. I'll just say him and I had a funny exchange. It was funny. One day I'll share, maybe I'll write it, put it in my book, but it was interesting. I tell you, some of these celebrities, like, you got a job to do, buddy, and I have one to do as well. And it's just part of the business. This is what I do. So I get it. It's very, uncomfortable knowing that people are actually in the courtroom looking at your story. It's an open courtroom. Had I not have cameras in there, I did take notes. The first part of it. And here's the issue I had to have with the judge. He admitted he made a mistake. But if I go through the process and doing my homework, you guys gotta, like, come on. I lost maybe 2 hours in the day waiting for you to sign my order officially. But it's all good. we ain't gonna mess with the judge too much because I might have to go in front of that judge again. Like, I had to get cameras in his courtroom again. But he respect and I would say thank you, Judge Farmer, because um you allowed me to do my job. You probably did the research. This is who I do. Hold on. When I made the motion in court, lawyers on the right side, lawyers on the left side. So I'm explaining to the judge, the process. I followed the process and I did everything. I filed the necessary paperwork. But then there was a lawyer for Samantha who said, "Yes, I know him too. I remember he was a guardian ad litem. I don't know if anyone know what a guardian ad litem, but he was the guardian ad litem on Usher Raymond's Tamika Raymond's case, and he remembered from that coverage. He said, "My photo's still online. It'll be online until I take it down." Man, like, Your Honor, just ask the judges. They know me. They know. Listen, I'm all over. I'm telling him what room the judge is in. This judge is in this room. He's in that room. But I would definitely like to mentor others who are serious about this. But if you're coming in there and don't even take note, if I'm giving a class and you're not bringing your notebook and a piece of and a pencil or a pen or something to write with, that tells me you're really not interested in the process so much that you would, record it, keep a record of it so you can go back and if I quiz you on it, you can tell me what happened. Like, I'm not just going by your memory. I think my memory is a little better, and I know what I'm listening to. So you have to come prepared. I wish I could pay over. I'm not. They call that graft, graft, or bribery. I don't bribe judges. That's a felony. You trying to get me locked up? Then you put that out there. I don't bribe judges. I do homework. I do my research. I look through the law library. If I don't have to look through the law library, I'll go ask my attorney to point me in the right direction. It's just to do the research. I can't cover all the cases in Georgia, or for that matter, around the country. But we need black media representation in these courtrooms, especially when they're talking about black people. We need black reporters in the courtroom so they can tell the story from their lens. We need that. Especially when you hear testimony about rap lyrics and the mannerism in which someone says. I think I can understand what someone that grew up in my hood is saying versus someone who didn't grow up in my hood. It's like having police who lives in the suburbs and come to police the hood. There's a problem with that. You're not connected to the people. You have to understand the lingo to make it to make a clear have a clear understanding of what the person's talking about. So yes, we need us in the building, not taking the content after it's done. We need us in the building. Tiffany, you missed the hot topic. You got to hit the playback. We spoke about 2 topics. Where the hell were you at? Anyway, guys, R. Kelly's trial continues next Tuesday, because we have a 4-day weekend, and one of the witnesses that is expected to take the stand is Jim Derogatis, who's a former reporter from the Chicago Sun, who got access to one or more tapes that was sent to him. What we hope to find out from this testimony is, how did he get them, who sent it to him, and what was the chain of custody from the point he turned him over to Chicago Police Department. So I don't know the full witness list, but I expect to be there if I get enough support to cover this. I will be there in Chicago. Rest assured, I'll be in Chicago. But if not, I'll be there. I don't know how long I'll be there, but I'll be there for sure. I was just looking at the reporting coming out from the days that I wasn't there, and I'm like, this sounds kind of one-sided. This doesn't sound like a full story is being told. I know just by covering the case, there were certain things that weren't reported that should have been reported because it was significant and it was telling a bigger story. It's like, come on, guys, what are you doing? You guys in Chicago, come on. I don't care if you believe the man's guilty or not. At least be in the courtroom. Come on now. I'm talking about the aspiring journalists, not gossipers, but aspiring journalists that want to be in the court. Be in the courtroom. Make a difference. Just make a difference. I was paid cover. Shut your. I was paid covering Cardi. Shut your. I was paid covering Cardi. Shut your. Oh my God. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Right, that's true. I'm going to get paid for people stealing the work. Of course, I'm going to get paid. You don't get paid. It's just funny that I try to give all the warnings so people come back mad. It'd be like this. He got my page taken down. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. Frankly, my darling, I don't give a damn. So yeah, I will get paid. Coming after the big ones. The little ones are coming next. It's going to happen. I look at the YouTube channels and it's content creators that I like watching. I like, watching, listening to the commentary. But it's their content that they created. It's, they put their perspective on the story. I get that. I have a problem with that. I have no problem with that. And there's some content creators can tell an entire story without using any visuals blowing to it. They can do that as well. Because if you look at most of my videos, 99% of the videos, maybe 100%, it's usually my content. It's not a major celebrity that I don't own the rights to their images because I've shot new rappers, old rappers, new actors, old actors. Is that I choose what I release. I choose what I release. And everything is timing. And I'm not rushed to put it out there, especially when I have the content. I don't have to rush to put it out, but I put it out with a purpose. I didn't dump all the whole full trial on. I didn't do that. Why would I do that? I might want to work on a piece that is specifically talking about child support and how the the court system, how they treat men versus women in these cases. And I can provide the video evidence to show either there's a disparity in how justice and monies are given to one side versus the other, or I might just it's just so many things I can do with my content because when I shoot, I already have in the back of my mind that I see the long game, not the short game. There's a long game to what I do, and there's also this content is to benefit the legacy that I've created over the years. So you guys, the ones that actually post it and not even credit, I'm gonna call you out because you should know better. You should know better. Anyway, guys, any other questions? I'm not gonna be on too long because I got work to do. Tiffany, everybody, hold on. Tiffany, we talked about the case. I said play it back, but if you play it back, you'll get it. But the woman that was thrown out the courtroom, she interrupted the court proceeding, and as a result, she is not able to come back to the court. But the biggest story is the fact that the court documents in the case has been sealed. So if you were trying to research this case to get a better understanding, you won't have any access to it because the judge decided to seal the records. But to the benefit of what I do is we have video receipts to show what actually occurred in the courtroom. My sources are telling me that there will be a new trial requested pretty soon. So, with that said, that's big. It's not over yet, and this is involving $120,000 plus being taken from Tyrese based on this judge's decision. And you got to tell me, does it take $10,690 to raise a child under 5 years old a month? That's a monthly payment. What child needs that kind of money to grow up in the 10,000? There are people that run a whole household that don't pay 10,000 a month. There are people that run an entire household that don't pay 10,000 a month. I'm not at 10,000 a month. I'm not too far from it, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Good question. If the case is sealed, can I release video? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know why? You can seal the court case. You can't seal my content. I was already granted order to record. See, that's the problem I have is we want an open court. We want to be able to know what happens because there are going to be people that today, tomorrow, that will be in the same position and possibly the same courtroom that Tyrese and Samantha was in. It matters how these cases decided. You have to explain to me. I cannot, and we're gonna listen to the video. I cannot understand why this judge thought that's $10,690, the exact same amount that he's paying his other child who was 15 years old. Why did this woman need that kind of money to take care of the child? It makes no sense to me. It may make sense to others, but not to me. His ex-wife is a licensed social worker. She has an MSW, Masters of Social Work. She has the ability to work, and she's young. This is why when I think about marriage, I think about everything, not just the love you have for the person, but how will they act? You always ask yourself a question: how would that potential wife act if you ended the relationship? How would she get down? You know, and he had a prenup. There's a prenup in this whole process, but you don't know that yet because no one's told you. But I'm going to share some stuff. 'Cause I did my homework. I'm going to share it. I got it. Now, let me say this. Tyrese Gibson has been entertained for 25 years. He wasn't with this woman even 4 years. He bought the house in Georgia with her, but he doesn't even like the house. He says it's costing him thousands and thousands of dollars just to maintain the house. Well, based on the prenuptial agreement, you know, she didn't get the house. She definitely didn't get the house. But she makes about 7,000. She was making over 7,000 through social media, etc. I'm gonna drop the footage. You're gonna be able to see it. It won't be no guessing. So she's getting about $17,000 a month between him, and maybe that will drop because I don't know. I think she might pick it up. She might be getting about 20,000 a month when it's said and done. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. And for you, Tiffany, I'm gonna dedicate the next video for you, Tiffany. How about that? Hit the Cash App right now, guys. Hit the Cash App. Let's go. You know what it is. Hit the Cash App. We ain't playing with you. You know what it is. Hold on here. Hold on. Let me put that there real quick. Okay. There you go. There you go. There you go, Tiffany. That's for you. You know what to do. It's right there for you. It's right there. That's for you, Tiffany. Oh, okay. I just learned something here. Wow. Yo, I did not know that. I didn't know that. I did not to tell you to show you I don't get on this the YouTube thing. I did not know you can just put that there. Like, hold on, see. I can highlight some of these comments here. Hold on. Hold on. They are rich people problems now, but they can be your problem later, depending upon how these courts are. And it don't just happen to rich people. It happened to people that don't have Tyrese money. So come on, stop it. Stop playing. Stop playing. What sound effects? I didn't put no sound effects in it. What are you talking about, Tiffany? Come on. You know, my life dealing with Tiffany's is just too much. I got like 3 Tiffany's in my life. Wow. Okay, I'm talking back and forth. So Tiffany says this. Speak on how men can't keep their family together and end up having to pay child support. How some black men always create broken homes. So, Tiffany, do you think that it's just the it's all the man's fault when a situation doesn't work out? Is that what you're telling me? I just want to know. Do you think that it's only one sided in the relationship? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. That's all. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can pull this content real quick. Let's see here. Stand by. Let's see here. Let's see here. It looks like they won't let me add it right now. Interesting. Maybe I can add it this way. Let me share the screen. Hold on. Maybe I can share the screen. I don't want to share too much now. Let me hide that. Let me hide that too. I'm trying to show you the footage. We'll be back with the clip. Okay, I thought I lost you guys. What happened? Okay, so Tiffany, you said before it was a general statement. Tiffany, you've been a mod. Don't play with me. You've been a mod. Why are you playing? I'm here. I'm here. What's going on? Why are you playing? Uh, I think I will. How about that? I'm gonna see how you handle it. Hold on. I'm gonna see how you handle it, Fee. We're gonna work that out. We're gonna work that out. Oh, hold on. Let me appreciate you spitting fire. You spitting that fire. You're going higher while you spit that fire. I see you over there. I see you over there. Every little bit help. I drive a big truck. Every little bit help. Absolutely. I'm going to be putting more videos out. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't worry. It's coming out. It's coming out today. It's coming out today. It's coming out today. I ain't never snitch on nobody. I ain't never snitch on nobody. Corey Simmons, who you talking about? Corey Simmons, who you talking about? You talking Tyrese or you talking about me? Who you talking about? I want to know. Well, I repeated what you. Okay. Well, I repeated what you said. So here's my offering. Hey, nice offering. Appreciate the offering. I appreciate it. Now go tag a friend and tell a friend. Tell a friend. At least, uh, at least you agree with me. Of course, I have the right. No different than you have the right. She has the right. He has the right. Come on, come on. You know what it is. Okay, so Tiffany Haddish. Um, Good question. That's a good question. Tiffany Haddish and Aries was recently sued by an unnamed individual. Apparently, this has been lingering for years, and has the mother of the individual has attempted to bring attention to this story, but it has been shot down with multiple attempts. The young lady is now old enough and she has filed a civil suit. Now, the lawyer responded that this is a money grab, and it probably is. I've dealt with money grab situations. If you get to be my age, you will. So I understand. And filing a lawsuit sometimes applies pressure. Now that, you got to figure, and I'm not saying it did or didn't happen, but if if there's any truth to it, you're going to find a way to not get it in the media. Or you've exhausted all avenues and you sued. Apparently, this situation is now the latest chatter. I did see the story on TMZ, and I know how lawsuits are filed. It may just that same lawsuit may get dismissed. It may be settled quietly. Um, do I see a trial coming out of it? I don't know. I don't know enough of it to say that. I would just say that now that lawyers are involved, the judge has to look at the merits of the case and make a decision. Does it move forward? So yeah, I can't say one way or the other. I agree. The allegations are wild. Um, but again, people do things for different reasons. Um, I've learned not to rush to judge in situations because when you judge others, you too can be judged just as fiercely. So yeah, I get it. I am. How far back you want me to go? How far back do you want me to go? I'm on a StreamYard, so I'm still learning some of the cool stuff. Like I always wondered how people did certain things. Hold on, let's see here. I would not let nobody block and delete your comment, but me. I'm the only one gonna delete your comments. Then depending how you act, we might block you too. It's Friday, guys, so I'm having a little fun. I appreciate you coming in. Let's talk about anything you want to talk about now. Let's talk. I have four cases. I have four cases to cover. They are of national interest. Four cases coming up of national interest. But I implore those who have big platforms to dispatch someone out to cover it. Spend some money. You can't go out just running around buying handbags or the expensive cologne. You can do that, but bring some other people on to make your brand even more valuable. You don't want the reporter suing you because you stole his content. Go get your own damn content, or at least license it. Come on, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. We heard you. We heard you, Tiffany. We heard you. You good. You good over here. You good over here. All right, guys. Any questions before I leave this great environment? Any other questions, guys? You got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Extra questions, because I have work to do. Oh, be sure to follow the Instagram page. If you follow me here, make sure you follow me over there at Mr. Dennis Byron. Make sure you are supporting the platform. Make sure. So you want to say, I don't know. I don't know. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Let me show you. Spit fire. Going higher. Let me see. I see this question. Do you think, based on the trail, is trial A I T TRIAL? Constance Williams. I have to look at what the defense case is. We only have one side. We have the prosecution's case and we have the cross examination of the prosecution case. But I need to see the other side and see how well the defense put on their case and see how well the prosecution challenges the witnesses on cross examination. So I can't say. I'm going to give you my prediction towards the end. I can't give you a prediction now because the case is not even at its conclusion. It would be adding to the already crazy stuff that's happening in and out of the courtroom. So I would just say that let's wait until the defense rests. And that's when I could come in and do my best. Let's wait. The RICO case, which RICO? Several RICOs. Is the what RICO case are you referring to? Let me know. There are RICO cases all over going on in this country. Are you talking about the RICO case involving the rappers? Because no one has received bond, and I don't think they've arrested everyone in that indictment. So no one's received bond thus far, and I don't think they have everyone in custody. Got to see. We got to wait and see. Don't know. So last thing before I leave, uh, we will be dropping more footage today. Just waiting for it's sent over. They do what they got to do on that end, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Um, there's a case that people are going to be watching that's happening. I'll say this for the journalists who want to cover a story. There's a case involving Welcome to Sweetie Pie star Tim Norman, who is facing a trial September 6th, which is next week, in the death of his nephew. That's an interesting trial that I'm sure people are going to be tuned into. How many black reporters will be dispatched to the courtroom? That's a question. I gave you one court case. I'm not telling you guys anymore. I gave you one. That's it. I put the worm on the hook and threw it in the water, and that's the case that I said I believe you guys should be following. Really, it's a good case. So within the next hour, watch out for the dropping of video clips coming soon. Appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate the super chats. Um, and remember, if you're coming out to Chicago and you're coming out there for the wrong reason, it will be spoke about. Just know. And shout out to infamous Sylvia. Make sure you go follow her platform. Go, she's out there. She's in Chicago. She's been out there for almost 2 weeks in the courtroom, taking notes. She's getting those transcripts. She got those transcripts. She's spending her bread to do it. So she's highly invested in the outcome of the case because she's spending her money, own money. I think those transcripts a couple $1,000s. A lot of money is being spent on the. There's so much money surrounding this case that's been spent, that has been acquired even before the trial started, and it will be for a long time. Just think, no matter what the outcome of this case is, people will be eating off of R. Kelly when he's dead and gone. You know, that's right, Anthony Clay, almost 4 weeks, but I'm told it'll be conclude next week, so I should be out there next week. I should be out there. Everybody, everybody, hit the button. Yeah. Hold a second. Yeah. Yeah. Chicago has Sylvia's been in Chicago for a while. You saw me out there with her. You saw me out there. You saw me taking her out for, I think it was her birthday. I don't know. You saw me. You saw her take. Oh, that was my birthday. It wasn't really my birthday, but she thought it was my birthday. It wasn't. I just wanted to pay for the check. I paid for the other check. But don't worry, I'll take your Sylvia. I got her. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Who's that? Who that? Big up to everybody that grew up in the Butler Western houses in Washington Avenue in the Bronx. You know what it is. I don't know what that is, but you know me because you know where I grew up at. You know where I grew up at. You know where I grew up. I'm down with the Webster crew. 169, the monkey drunk wine. The nine broke and the monkey got choked. Who know about that? You from the Webster Projects? You know what that means. You know what that means. I don't know who that is, but yo, hit me up on the Instagram DM. Let me know who that is, cause you from my hood. I appreciate you, Anthony Clay. I don't know how you are, but I know you approach me in the court. I know. I appreciate you. Yeah, let them know I was out there. I was out in Chicago. You know I was out in Chicago. I'm not talking about Sylvia. That's my people. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. She's my people. She's cool. I got nothing but love for her. I know that name Soul Patrol. You must have been on the CB radio because that was a CB name. Yes or no? Were you on Citizen Band Radio at one point? Because then I think I know who you are. Mike, I want to say I remember you, um, but let me know. Were you ever on the CB radio, Citizen Band Radio, at some point? Because I remember the name Soul Patrol. There was a reason why they call you Soul Patrol too. There was a reason why. If I think hard enough, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Um, yeah, if my memory serves me correct, I think you were on the Citizens Band Radio in the neighborhood at one point. That's right. Well, hit me on Instagram at Mr. Dennis Byron on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Um, but yeah, I do recall. Yeah, I definitely know someone by that name. It's been years. I haven't, obviously lived in that neighborhood in over 40, right, 30 something years. You used to come to my house. I'm sure you did. My mom used to let people in. We used to have. I'm sure you did. You got to know Terrence. You got to know Smokey, Speedy, Fat George. Oh, it's all love. It's all love. But yeah, hit me up because you don't have an avatar that I can. It's been a while, especially you used to come to my house. You know, people that I be talking. How I grew up in the South Bronx in the PJs. You know. Yeah, well, let's talk, man. Let's build. I'm on Facebook too, so you can follow me on Facebook as well. Let's see, 170 Washington. Okay, okay, man. You gotta get Instagram, man. Let me type my number in here so you can call. No, I'm gonna do that. Not put my number in here. I be getting those calls. I get the calls at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I'm like, who the hell's calling me? I'm calling me from Africa. I need to help you help me get here in America. Well, that's not exactly what I do, but I know someone at INS. I appreciate that love, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hold on a second, brother. I gotta pin that. I appreciate that, and I'm glad to see that you still have your faculties together to even remember me. I appreciate that. Yeah, you probably know some stories that I haven't shared because you probably know some stories I haven't even shared yet. But it's all good. It's all good. I'll be up in the Big Apple soon. Go see Mama Dukes. So yeah, I'll be up there. Man, go set up an Instagram page. Put a couple. Or if you're on Facebook, let me know where you're at on Facebook. Hit me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Just check my name out on Facebook, and just follow me on Facebook. You don't have to put it out here. Just follow me on Facebook. That's all. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming to the show. This is the wind down uh, time where we have to go, but I'm gonna let this thing play out for a minute, and let me go ahead and just put this up here. I don't want to type it again. I just got to scroll down. I'll leave that right there. And I didn't even know I could just put that right there. You said, "What's your Cash App?" It's right there. Hello, that's the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Hello, come on now. I've been getting my. What the heck? Okay, all right. Message from the Lord, y'all. Gotta go. Appreciate you guys.